Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Overlanding, and we are kicking off the adventure this week. The first episode is sponsored, and today's sponsor is Surfshark. So just want to give them a big shout out and a huge thank you for supporting the show and supporting the adventure. We've got some awesome stuff planned up over the next 3 weeks, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to this series. So remember to subscribe, like the video, and comment down below. But better get you guys back into the action. Anyways, I'll chat to you later a little bit more about Surfshark. So we've arrived at 3 Provinces. We're here at the reception. We're just signing in. We're actually going to drop the mountain bikes off here. They'll be stored here overnight. It's a tough trail. There's a lot of grade 4 to grade 5 obstacles, but I think it's going to be beautiful. Last time I was here, it was -6 in the morning when we woke up. It was a proper winter's day. Now it is a beautiful summer's day. The gardens are lush, there's greenery all around, and I think it's going to be a really special way to experience 3 Provinces. Anyways, let's get in the vehicle and get going. It had felt like an age since I was last on the road. And in a way, this was my first proper off-road adventure in the Hilux. By now, I was familiar with my vehicle and keen for a challenge, and 3 Provinces is the perfect spot for that. We're gonna walk the obstacle a little bit. I haven't been here in a long time, so I don't want to just foolishly go in, and we've also had a lot of rain, so chances are the trail has changed a bit since I was here last. 3 Provinces is known for its incredible elevation changes, meaning lots of steep rocky climbs and descents lay ahead of us. Whew, that was awesome. I must say, it's not as much of an adrenaline rush in the Hilux as it was in the Jimny, but the vehicle is so solid. I believe we've come all the way from down there. Check behind me. It's really something special. Anyways, we're gonna hit this next obstacle now. It's quite a tricky one. I know that there's quite a very steep rocky climb. I'm just gonna have a quick look here. I'm seeing some quite deep rutted sections. Where I am here, where the gap is almost a knee depth. So it doesn't look as bad on camera, but that's why it's also important to actually walk the obstacles, because you get a real sense of like the distances between all the steps. I remember clearly how I struggled on the same obstacle with the Jimny, but now with the Hilux, its factory diff lock and plenty of ground clearance makes it look really easy and remains incredibly stable even when taking on massive steps. That control followed through on the descents too, and it was just so much fun getting to see what this incredible vehicle is actually capable of. I could feel the Fox suspension working really hard to keep the vehicle stable and absorb the impact of the rocks, yet allow the vehicle to flex through the ruts, keeping traction to the tires. It's easy to appreciate a good suspension setup when you're on these really tough trails. I've been waiting for this particular obstacle. I kept on thinking, oh, maybe we've gone down it already. It wasn't as bad as I thought. This thing is serious. This is where I got to really see the technology of my power brake big brake kit in action.
Those massive cooling vanes and upsized billet aluminium caliper just allow the brakes to remain cool and operate consistently at higher temperatures. Even on an incredibly slow descent like this, I didn't doubt them for a second, and they really showed how much control they have over a heavily kitted vehicle like mine, even on the craziest terrain.
It's amazing how much control there is coming down here. It's a completely different experience to the Jimny, especially having the vehicle as an auto. You don't have the risk of stalling when you're coming down a steep descent. Like when you're in a manual, you might touch the clutch or you might brake too much and stall the motor, and it's a very tricky situation. The auto is just so easy to control off-road. But we're really close to our campsite now, so we're just going to go around the bend, get to our campsite and start setting up for the evening. We've arrived safely and it was a huge amount of fun. We're going to set up the awning now, get ourselves a nice little spot, have a bit of lunch, and then we're going to see where we're going to set up. If we're going to set up the tents here, or if we're going to go into the little foresty area there and maybe set up over there instead. So for those of you that don't know, Surfshark is a VPN service. And essentially what that does is it creates a barrier between you and the internet. It protects and encrypts your information and keeps everything secure. Having this layer of security is essential for me. And honestly, I think in the times we live in, essential for everybody. We really do live in a digital world these days. And if you don't have that level of protection, you really are quite vulnerable. You can actually use it across multiple devices. I've got it on my phone permanently. You can use it on PlayStations and Xbox and all sorts of things like that. But personally, I run it on my computer, I run it on my phone, and I use it whenever I'm doing anything. You can also go onto Netflix and log in from different countries. So if there's a particular series you might want to watch, but it's not available in your region, you can actually log in through America or log in through the UK, for example, and actually get access to those shows. So it's really cool to have that, but I really think the real value of Surfshark is in the encryption itself. Anyways, guys, if you do want to get a Surfshark subscription, head over to surfshark.com/roam, or you can use the Roam checkout code and you can get 83% off your subscription and 3 additional months. It's a massive deal and well worth it. I've done it myself and I've been using it for a while and I really like it. Anyways, thank you so much to Surfshark for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the show. So this is where things get interesting for this trip, because you may have seen in my last video, the vehicle walk around, that I had this bag in the vehicle. And in this bag is my new camping setup. So this camping setup is designed for doing 4x4 trails like this, where you want to go with a really lightweight vehicle, no rooftop tent, nothing like that. Or you want to use it for kayak camping or stuff like that. So it's a very simple setup. I just thought I'd walk you through everything that's going on in this bag. There's quite a lot of stuff and it's amazing what I can actually fit in here. So first things first, you guys are going to see a lot of First Descent. I'm a huge fan of their stuff, but recently I have also become an ambassador. My number one thing is this down blanket. A little place to sleep is the Helio 2 tent. Then another thing I've got in here is I have an actual ground top, a thermal liner. Then another amazing thing, this is the sleeping mattress. This is just a dry bag. I think it's a 50-liter dry bag. It's nice and big. You can pack all of this kit in here. Plus, I had little pots and pans. I just had a very simple, I know I just took this one out. So this is just a very simple hiking pot and pan with a gas bottle and a gas cooker. So you can see just there. I wanted to have it simple, have it great quality, and be very versatile. And I think with this kit, I've really managed to achieve that. I think now it's just about finding the balance of using it, learning the most efficient ways to set the tent up, to pack it away, do all of that stuff. And that only comes with practice. So I've had a very blessed life doing the rooftop tent living. It's been super duper easy, but I just think that this brings a whole new level. And I also want to show people that you don't have to have the most expensive kit to get out and really enjoy the outdoors and have epic experiences. So I hope that actually by showing you and doing it myself, I'm not just the man in the ivory tower talking from my high perch in the rooftop tent and telling everybody, you don't need this. I thought I'd rather go out there and actually live it and give you my honest feedback on it and, see how it goes. But anyways, time to set up. So a little bit of advice. Always set your tent up at home before you go on a trip. And what I've learned is that there is a long side to these poles and a short side to these poles. Obviously, the one is for the entrance and the other one is for the back. So this is obviously going to go to the front, these crazy long ones. I did also learn that this thing goes up pretty quick, so it's actually not too big a deal. So what I really like about this one is it's very much like the Aussies use a swag. It's very simple, and what's nice with this one is it kind of holds its own structure. It's super lightweight. So to move it around and to reposition it and stuff is really, really simple. Then obviously it has its cover on the inside here, which will go over if it's gonna rain or something like that. But I'm gonna see. I might try and go for it just like this for tonight. It would be amazing to sleep under the stars, and that's the fantastic thing. You can see straight through at night, and I really dig that. So I'll keep this nearby. It really doesn't look like rainy weather, but you never know in the mountains. The weather can change in a moment's notice. Yes, I forgot my mallet at home. Next thing, this little mattress. It's really tiny. It's amazing how this fits in here. And yeah, this thing is big enough for me. It's huge. But this one is not one of those fancy self-inflating ones. You gotta just give it a bit of lung work, so. It's got a really fancy one-way valve. You don't have to worry about the air coming out. You just blow in, it stays in. It's very clever, I really like it. That'll do. This is gonna be really, really nice. If the weather stays like this, to be able to watch all the stars tonight, it's gonna be really incredible. Try to do a little bit of a time lapse if I can. Otherwise, that's pretty much that, because I'm just going to use this and the down blanket. If it gets a bit more chilly, then I can use the little thermal liner if necessary. But otherwise, super happy. We're going to settle down for the evening, have a cup of coffee, get ready to make some dinner a bit later, and yeah. Good first day actually. And we have got 3 amazing weeks ahead of us. So, I'm keen.
Joining me on this trip would be my uncle Andrew. He was recently dealt a couple tough blows due to COVID-19, and being an avid hiker, I thought it would be awesome to show him the world of overlanding and take him to some of the best hiking spots around the country over the next 3 weeks. In preparation for that, him and I both bought these First Ascent Helio tents so we could be prepared for whatever adventure awaited us. This journey is going to be packed full of variety, and expect to see us hiking, cycling, and exploring in a whole new way.
This is super easy.
With our ultralight camps all set up, we could relax after a busy day on the trail, have a meal, and just soak in the incredible stars above us. It's good to be back in the mountains. I just wanted to thank my awesome Patreon members for the continued support. If you would like to join us on weekly live streams and behind the scenes updates, consider joining by clicking the icon on the screen or following the link below in the description. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next week Sunday. Cheers.